Hi, hello, it's me, your Benna. Always love looking at the timer on the live portion on my end because sometimes when it starts, it's like, oh, you're like whole minutes in. I'm like, honey, it's not even been seconds yet, okay? But yeah, welcome to Lenny Thursday. That was my brief explanation of why I look insane in the first couple of seconds of every live video. Um, So, without further ado, we are going to be running Lenny Thursday, similar to Moon Day. You'll have three separate readings. We'll have Sun, Moon, and Rising. You can choose from whether you want all of them or just one, whatever, it's up to you. But it will be three cards for each reading. So, three cards for Sun, three cards for Moon, three cards for Rising. That is how you read Letterman cards. Everything comes in at least a pair or triplet. More like a triplet, though, because that kind of makes it a little easier to understand the message. At least that's my personal experience, and there are other Letterman readers that will also tell you. Three cards, please, three cards. So, let's get started with our sun reading. We'll do that one first. We'll shuffle them all out, pull them all out, and then we'll do all our reveals like we did on Moon Day. All right? Sound good? Sound good. Okay. What do we need to know? What do we need to know for our sun reading? What do we need to know for our sun reading? Oh, we already have one card. That's nice. What do we need to know for our sun reading? What do we need to know for our sun reading? Just go that one. What do we need to know for our sun reading? What do we need to know for our sun reading? What do we need to know for our sun reading? One more card, please. There we go. I love when they do that. That's really, really fun for me. Like when they just fly out of the deck. This is like the only deck that I actually shuffle like this too. I don't really shuffle my decks. I shuffle all my decks very differently for each deck, in all honesty. They're all very different. What do we need to know for our moon reading? What do we need to know for our moon reading? Alright. One card. What do we need to know for our moon reading? What do we need to know? It's okay if these cards get all like wonky too, because in Lenormand there are no reversals, which is something that I absolutely love that there are no reversals. Also, my hair is a hot hellscape today. What do we need to know for our moon reading? Last card, please. Last card for the moon reading, please. One more card for the moon reading, please. One more card for the moon reading. One more card for the moon reading. One more card for the moon reading, please. One more card for the moon reading. Is it this one? It's this one. Why they keep ending up weird. Okay. All right. Last set of three, we have our rising. Let's go. What do we need to know for our rising reading? What do we need to know for our rising reading? What do we need to know for rising? What do we need to know for our rising? What do we need to know? What do we need to know for our rising? Three cards, please. What do we need to know for our rising? Come on. For rising, please. Oh, hey. Okay, so this is going to be a funny thing. I think for the rising, we'll have four cards because four came out. All right. Let us go now into into the reveals. Okay. So, sun first. Let's do that one. We have cross, mountain, clover. Okay. So, I forgot that eggs is under all this. Uh, hmm. Hmm. How do I want to interpret this? What do I want to say about this? Okay. Egg. So, cross, mountain, clover. If you have been in some kind of lifelong trial, like, or battle, or movement, like, if you've been doing a lot of shadow work, genuinely, if you've been doing a lot of shadow work, you will have success. You will be successful. You'll be lucky in this deep movement that you have going on. Mountains move at a very slow pace, right? But they still actually move. Uh, Crossing a mountain can be quite a challenge, quite a journey, quite a tribulation. And with cross, that's talking about, trials, tribulations, but it's also about karma. So that is very interesting. If you have been working on your shadow work, keep it up, keep going, don't stop. You will keep adding the clover to it. You'll keep being successful, you'll keep being lucky. All right, so that was the sun reading. Let's go with the moon here. We have we have clouds, we have child, and we have heart. Oh, so if you have been working on your inner child, if you've been trying to figure out what it means to love yourself and have clarity on that, that there's no confusion. There's it's a bright and sunny day, right? You've had some confusion. It's been cloudy, it's been overcast, you can't see the sun. Um, Especially with the child card, literal childlike sense of wonder. Yesterday was the Aries full moon. This is really on par with that if you've been doing inner child work. Going back to our sun reading, inner child work is part of your shadow work. Okay? Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Your child inner child work really is part of shadow work. Like, shadow work comes across in our language as something that is like hard and challenging and gross and icky, and like, yes, it is a lot of the time, because you are trying to take the darkest parts of you and integrate them into yourself and understand them, so that the darkest parts of you aren't the parts that are always running you and ruling you. Like, the darkest parts of you being an inner child that keeps running the adult you, instead of finding that balance and finding what works, so that that kid in you doesn't keep you up late at night, doesn't keep you only eating bad foods and junk food, doesn't keep you from not going to work, the things that kids don't care about, kids don't want to like focus on, kids don't want to deal with. So that's really good. I really like the moon reading for Lenny Thursday this week. Um, I think it puts a positive spin on shadow work. It really makes us think about what shadow work is, and if you have had an abusive childhood, if you've had a traumatic background, even if you weren't in your childhood, even if you were an adult and the inner child in you was harmed in some way, um, working on those things and healing that is so important, so, so very important, and can be a lot of fun even when it's not fun. Um, so yeah, that's really cool. I really like the moon reading for Lenny Thursday. Okie dokie. So for Hi Bandit, for our rising reading, we have Coffin, we have Rider, we have Snake, and we have Lady. So if there's been a woman or the feminine side of yourself has been really awful, like if you have felt like for yourself personally, if it is your inner feminine, and if it is the work that you have to do for yourself, if you feel like that part of yourself has gone through an incredible deep transformation, that you're no longer trying to like sabotage yourself with that you're embracing it, which is really, really good, really nice. Um, that you find the grace in the transformation, right? That becoming a new woman, becoming a new person, or really just seeing how the dark parts of you threaten what you can really become. And when I say dark, I mean the parts of you that genuinely keep you from getting where you're going and doing what you want to do. I wholeheartedly believe in the dark feminine. I love Lilith. I love Hecate. I love all of the pretty ladies that expand our mind on what it means to be a woman. And that, in fact, a lot of the dark feminine is quite masculine in its use of femininity. So it's like that integration. But going back to if you are not working on your own personal feminine, if you are trying to see how women in your life have maybe harmed you, maybe have not been there for you the way that they've needed to be, have maybe been there so for you that you are able to transform the way that you need to. Um, this is an interesting reading for the rising. I really like these cards because I feel like it's a really good message of embracing your change, embracing you, and understanding that what you need needs to be reflected in the people around you. That if you are working on your own divine feminine within yourself, that the people that you surround yourself with should also reflect that kind of work. And if they don't reflect that work, then they need to nourish you in some other work that you are working on, right? That you are supported, that your community and the people that are around you truly are there for you and show you what you need to know and remind you of who you are and where you come from and what you need to know. So I really like these cards for today, for the rising, for the moon, and for the sun. I hope that these have been helpful for you, whether you picked the sun cards, whether you picked the moon cards, or whether you picked the rising cards. Um, and having four cards in the rising, I think is also really fun and interesting for today too. So, yes, Lenny Thursday has been accomplished and completed. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you have a great rest of your week and your weekend. I'll definitely see you on Monday for Moon Day. I hope you had an okay Aries full moon. If you were outside screaming or if you were inside screaming, that's okay too. Um, you all are very wonderful. I'm so glad that you are here. And if you need me, feel free to message me. Always available to you. All right. Have a good one. Thank you. Okay, bye bye. Bye, 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 bye.